Hi, welcome to another episode of Boncho Club. I organize medical information and articles for you so that you can stay up to date with the latest Western medical perspectives of what's going on in the medical industry. Um, First article we have here is people with PCOS are 8 times more likely to attempt suicide. This is a very depressing news. PCOS, if you don't know, is polycystic ovary syndrome, which is a condition that impacts 1 in 10 women of childbearing age. The symptoms can range from metabolism issues, acne, unwanted hair growth, and infertility. What is PCOS and why is it so hard to diagnose? Polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, is the most common hormonal condition in women during their reproductive years. Yet no one knows precisely what causes it, and it has no cure. The condition is also tied to several health problems such as insulin resistance, obesity, depression, and problems with metabolism. So polycystic ovary syndrome is closely related to blood heat in the uterus or damp heat in the uterus. So in TCM, we have a lot of patients who have polycystic uh, ovary syndrome because of uterus issues and blood issues, right? So according to Western medicine, no one knows precisely what the cause of it is, and they don't have a cure. However, the great thing about TCM is that we do know that this has to do with the blood level and it has to do with the uterus. And if we're able to treat whether it's a heat symptom or a damp heat symptom, we'll be able to relieve and help with the polycystic ovary syndrome. So that's something that acupuncturists and herbalists should definitely take a look at because it's something that we could help with people who are suffering from this condition. Other signs of PCOS include deepened voice, decreased breast size, and increased muscle size, which leads toward hormonal issues, especially with estrogen problems, tiredness, sleep problems, headaches, mood swings, depression, and anxiety. All show that there's liver blood problems. So it's definitely something that acupuncturists and herbalists could take a look at. Next article is common food preservative has unexpected effects on the gut microbiome. Modern day food labels now reveal more unfamiliar ingredients such as sodium benzoate, calcium propionate, and potassium sorbate. So there's a lot of artificial ingredients and artificial preservatives in our ultra processed modern food, right? So Western medicine is discovering that this might have a deeply negative effect on our gut microbiome. So over here they say that the lancet peptides, a class of bacteriocins, is widely used by the food industry. And despite their widespread use, little is known about how these antibiotics affect the gut microbiomes of people who consume them in food, which is alarming. A University of Chicago study found that one of the most common classes of antibiotics has potent effects both against pathogens and against commensal gut bacteria that keep us healthy. Niacin is, in its essence, an antibiotic that has been added to our food for a long time. It might also have a greater impact on our human gut microbes, which is definitely not good news because, as we all know, if our gut microbiome is not healthy, then it will allow bad bacteria to start growing inside our microbiome and gut, and that's not a good thing. This study is one of the first to show that gut commensals are susceptible to antibiotics and are sometimes more sensitive than pathogens. With the levels of antibiotics currently processed in food, it is very probable that they might impact our gut health as well. So thankfully, scientists are finally figuring out that having antibiotics inside your food as a preservative is not a good idea, not 100% good idea, and that maybe we should take consideration into what we're doing with our foods because it could actually destroy our gut microbiome. The next article is ultra processed foods and early death. So there's strong scientific evidence that ultra processed foods are linked to severe health risks, including cancer, cardiovascular and liver disease, and dementia. So this is not good news as well. Obviously, ultra processed foods are not going to be healthy for us. For each additional serving of ultra processed food, all cause mortality increased by 18%. No surprise there. The result showed that over a median follow-up of 19 years, individuals in the highest quartile of frequency of ultra-processed food intake, for example, sugar-sweetened or artificially sweetened beverages, sweetened milk, sausage, or other reconstructed meats, sweetened cereals, confectionery, and desserts, had a 31% higher risk of all-cause mortality. So this is definitely showing us that ultra processed foods like the antibiotics, preservatives, artificial chemicals are definitely causing wreaking havoc to our body. So the next article we have here is there's a link between depression and higher body temperature. So this is very interesting, right? Because we all know that our shen, our spirit, lives or is anchored by blood, and whenever we have blood heat, it starts to cause any kind of emotional or spiritual or mental issues in our body. So this is a very good link in showing that a scientific link toward that being validated, showing that if there's a rise in temperature of your body temperature through the blood and blood heat, then there's going to be a spiritual or mental or depression or anxiety, any kind of emotional or mental problem that could occur because there's a disturbance to the shen. The study opens the door to exploring temperature regulation as therapeutic strategy for depression, highlighting an innovative approach to addressing rising depression rates globally. So they're exploring how they could create a treatment protocol based on this information, where they could adjust the body temperature levels in order to do an effective treatment for depression. The results show that with each increasing level of depression symptom severity, participants had higher blood temperatures. So that's a very interesting article. I think it's something that TCM has known for thousands of years, and now the Western medicine is catching up and realizing that blood heat does indeed cause mental disruptions in the body, and this article is definitely something that validates that. And these are the articles that I want to share for today. I hope this tidbit of information is useful for your clinic and practice and in the treatment of your patients. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.